This is Ashley with WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 hero versus hero fights in anime. For this list, we'll be looking at the battles in anime that occur between heroic characters as a result of factors such as mind control, conflict of interests, friendly spars, as well as tournament matches. Let us know which good guy brawl excited you the most in the comments below. And as always, you can catch me on Twitter at AshJBo, so head over there, give me a follow, and let me know which anime list you want to see next. Number 10, Natsu Dragneel vs Grey Fallbuster. Fairy Tail. When it comes to rivalries, the relationship between Natsu and Grey is especially volatile.
Natsu. Grey.
Eager to fight one another at the slightest provocation, these two even went as far as to fight for 3 days straight with little regard for their surroundings. While they usually limit themselves to simple roughhousing, things took a turn for the worst during the final arc. After Grey discovers that Natsu is really the demon END, and with Natsu obsessively driven to ensure Zeref's demise, they abandon all restraint and proceed to fight one another to the death. If it weren't for the intervention of Erza, things could have ended in tragedy for two of Fairy Tail's brightest stars. Number 9, Edward Elrick vs Roy Mustang. Full Metal Alchemist. While not as popular as Brotherhood, the original Full Metal Alchemist anime features an amazing fight that its reboot is sorely missing. While investigating a lead on Tim Marco and the Philosopher's Stone, Edward challenges Colonel Mustang to a duel. In this classic battle of young prodigy versus experienced veteran, Ed finds himself on the defensive after being overwhelmed by the power of Mustang's flame alchemy. Their clash results in the destruction of an entire battlefield, with Ed even going as far as to pull out a giant cannon. Despite ending in a technical draw, it was nevertheless satisfying to see these two alchemist legends duke it out. Number 8, Yukimura vs Masamune. Sengoku Basara, Samurai Kings. In an era where war between enemy clans is commonplace, it's only natural for rivalries to be born. Such is the case between these two samurai kings. While looking to attack the leader of the Usugi clan, both Yukimura and Masamune meet for the first time. With neither warrior refusing to back down from their targets, they are left with no other option but to fight. What follows are a series of intense battles that defy historical accuracy. As enjoyable as it is watching them put aside their differences to battle enemies such as Oda Nobunaga, there is nothing quite like watching a fight between the spear user and the one-eyed dragon. Number 7, Kenshin Himura vs Hajime Sato. Rurouni Kenshin. No matter how fast someone might try to run, the past always finds a way of catching up to them. After being tracked down by Hajime Sato, a former Shinsengumi captain, Kenshin is forced into crossing swords with his hated rival. While the battle is only meant to test Kenshin, Hajime quickly loses sight of his mission after he causes Kenshin to revert back into the legendary assassin known as Batosai, the Manslayer. That extra layer of darkness really adds depth to what would just be another Ronin showdown, knowing even Kenshin's noble heart is still capable of being corrupted. Number 6, Yuno vs Rill. Black Clover. As the Clover Kingdom's Royal Knights selection exam reaches its conclusion, it all comes down to one final battle between two young prodigies. The Golden Dawn's rising star versus the young captain of the Aqua Deer. It may not be a battle to the death, but nevertheless, it's an unforgettable experience that delivers some of the best animation the series has to offer. This battle is also memorable for featuring the debut of Yuno's Spirit Dive spell, once again putting him a step ahead of Asta. The whole thing is a work of art in every sense of the word, making the whole arc truly worthwhile. Number 5. Meliodas vs. Ban. The 7 Deadly Sins. They may be from two different worlds, but that doesn't stop these sins from punching each other senseless. In the friendliest way, of course. With Meliodas being a member of the demon race and Ban being an immortal, they possess power that far surpasses human limits. Their final fight during the Fighting Festival proves the perfect opportunity to showcase their strength, and while Ban's ability to drain his foe's stamina allowed him to hold his ground, the fox ultimately fell short when Meliodas sent him hurtling into a mountain. Number 4. Shinra vs. Arthur. Fire Force. Since their academy days, Shinra and Arthur have always fought to determine whether heroes or knights are superior, though this particular tussle had a lot more on the line than their fantasies. After Shinra is possessed by the first pillar, Arthur steps in to knock him back to his senses. By beating the crap out of him, Arthur is able to reach out to Shinra and remind him who he is, thus allowing the devil to reject the pillar and regain control. Although Arthur may not be the brightest person in the room, there's no better rival to fight alongside with than the self-proclaimed Night King. If you can get past his delusions, that is. Number 3. Jenos vs. Saitama. One Punch Man. Pupils facing their masters are a dime a dozen in anime, but rarely are they this explosive. Eager to test the limits of Saitama's power, Jenos challenges him to a battle. Along with his combat skills, Jenos has a whole arsenal of cybernetic weapons, including supersonic jets and high-tech incinerator cannons. Although the battle is one of the longest in Saitama's career, he barely breaks a sweat as Jenos fails to land a single blow, concluding with him getting just a peek at the One Punch Man's true strength. There are some chasms you just can't cross. Number 2. Monkey D. Luffy vs. Usopp. One Piece. The Straw Hat's duel against the long-nosed teller of tales is one of One Piece's most emotionally draining scenes to date. After learning that their ship, the Going Merry, has reached her limit, Luffy decides to get a new ship, which infuriates Usopp to the point where he leaves the crew and challenges his captain. Despite knowing he can't win, Usopp refuses to back down and manages to not only hold his own against Luffy, but also injure him. In the end, his efforts prove futile. Watching this surrogate family tear itself apart is quite a sight to behold. And even though Luffy won, it's clear that this battle has no victors. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Deku vs Bakugou, My Hero Academia. Following on from their initial bout during their early days at UA High, fans were left eagerly awaiting the fated rematch between these two. Frustrated by Deku's growth and close connection to his idol All Might, Bakugou challenges him once again. Although initially reluctant, the successor for One for All accepts after Bakugou reveals the guilt he feels for causing All Might's retirement by letting himself get captured by the League of Villains. In an amazing and visceral display of no-holds-barred combat, Deku and Bakugou convey their true feelings through their fists and demonstrate just how far they've grown, not just as heroes, but as true rivals, making it one of the shonen's most pivotal moments. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.